So I, 33F, matched with B, 33M on Tinder. We grew up in the same small town but went to different high schools. As we talked, we realized we had mutual connections. He once dated a girl from my high school, and my sister was friends with his sister. It felt like we already kind of knew each other, so when he asked me out, I thought it would be a safe and fun date. The plan was simple. Grab takeout and chill at an Airbnb he owns in Memphis. He picked me up from my house, but after getting food, he randomly decided to drive back an hour to our hometown and eat at his mom's house instead. He said he was really close to his mom and thought I'd get along with her. I thought it was strange to meet his mom on the first date, but I went along with it. We ended up hanging out all night, talking about life, relationships, and how we both recently got out of long-term ones. He mentioned he just ended a 12-year relationship and said I was the first meaningful date he'd been on. He kept telling me I made him nervous and that he could tell I was a good person. It seemed sweet, and despite the strange change of plans, things felt fine. Around 6 a.m., we headed back to his house, and he took me out on his boat because he loves fishing. By this point, I was exhausted since I hadn't slept all night. After the boat ride, I showered at his house, put on some of his clothes, and took a nap. It was unconventional for a first date, but since I already knew him through mutual connections, I went with it. I assumed when I woke up, he'd drive me home. Instead, he asked me to stay longer. I explained that I had work the next day. I'm a teacher and need to be at work by 7:45. I told him I needed to be home by 6:30 a.m. to shower and get ready, and he promised to get me back in time. He cooked dinner for us, and I reluctantly agreed. That evening after dinner, I went to bed. We still hadn't kissed or hooked up, and I was fine with that. But before I went to bed, he came into the room and said something along the lines of, "B, you make me nervous. I wish you'd just tell me what you want." I knew he was asking if I wanted to have sex, but honestly I didn't. His behavior had put me off. While he had been sweet at the beginning of the date, the mood shifted when we got back to his house. He spent hours talking about all the girls he was talking to, showing me his Tinder matches, and even messaging them in front of me. I didn't care that he was seeing other people. We'd just met, but it felt incredibly disrespectful to do that on a date. I wasn't sitting there messaging other guys or showing him my Tinder matches. I was focused on getting to know him. The next morning, when I woke up ready to leave for work, B was gone. I checked his Snapchat location, and he was at a random house 30 minutes away. He'd left me at his house to hook up with another girl. I was furious, but I couldn't leave because I didn't have my car. He had driven us in his house. Our small town doesn't have rideshares, so I was stuck. When he finally came back, he said he was too tired to drive me home. Instead, he gave me the keys to one of his work trucks. The truck was on empty, and I later found out the tags were expired. I didn't get home in time for work. I had to call in and use my emergency subplans, which was incredibly frustrating. The fallout: I decided not to speak to him again, except to text him where I left the keys to the truck. Then, a few days later, at 12:30 a.m., I got this random text from him. "B, stop being mad at me." I replied, "Me, you ditched me at your house to go fuck around, leaving me to drive home in a truck on empty with expired tags. I was late for work because you were too tired to do what you said you would do. So yeah, I was pissed, but honestly, I was more mad at myself for putting myself in that situation to begin with." His response was pure gaslighting. "B, honestly, I see this differently than you do, and I don't know how I can communicate better than what I did. I do apologize that the timing of what you thought should happen didn't work out, but I know you made it to work on time because I drive here a lot. I'm still not sure what your expectations were because you didn't communicate and just said I don't know, and to be quite honest, seemed like you didn't want to be there. I hate you were not satisfied with one of the work trucks, but also offered you my truck. It wouldn't matter what I did in that moment. You wanted to fight it. I really hate to see it that way, but I'm not going to keep getting talked to you like this. I know what I offer and who I am." He didn't even acknowledge, leaving me to go hook up with someone else. The final straw. Before all of this, while things were still good, I'd ordered him a multi-use phone charger TikTok shop. I have one and he really liked it, but he doesn't have TikTok. It shipped to his house after we stopped talking. When he got it, he sent me a picture of the charger with another girl holding it, saying, "B, thank you, you're the best." I didn't respond because I felt like he was trying to provoke me. I get that we weren't exclusive, but the disrespect was too much. If he has all these other girls and clearly isn't interested in me, Why does he keep trying to get a rise out of me? Is this just some weird power play? Now, I'm wondering if I overreacted by cutting him off completely. AITA,